Welcome to The Right Focus, a podcast for writers, newbies and veterans, and everyone in between. We're hosted by M.A. Lee with the assistance of Remy Black and Edie Rooms, all from Writers Inc. Books. Our focus is productivity, process, craft, and tools. Each episode lasts as long as it takes to fix a quick dinner, drive a short commute, or take a brisk walk. Resources and links are in the show notes. Visit us at therightfocus.blogspot.com. Now, on to this week's episode. Hear that? No, I didn't hear anything either. What does that mean? Total fail of the podcast. That happened in mid-August. The only thing that brought The Right Focus from there to now was my work in advance. The last episode brought the podcast to the end of all of my previous work. The official statement to my interviewees yet to be interviewed and to the last interviewer when things collapsed, that statement said, "Due to circumstances beyond my control." That's pretty much the way it happened. Circumstances over which I had no control. Although if I'd had my due diligence in place instead of my stubborn persistence, everything would not have broken. The podcast system is still not where it needs to be, so The Right Focus is going early into the annual hiatus until everything, including me, is fixed. All of November, all of December, no episodes for the podcast. Very likely January, February, March, no episodes for the podcast. Back in August, I stared over this problem. September has required patience. These first weeks in October have required patience. And the time off from the podcast has reminded me of certain important things. The original intent of The Right Focus is craft, productivity, process, and tools. You'll hear that. Every opening, every closing. I nearly lost that. And the podcast was taking more and more from writing, fiction and nonfiction. A reset to rebalance was needed. This time away should help me. If everything comes back, if I can set everything in balance again, the episodes will resume at Easter. Maybe before, but I'm shooting for Easter. Yes, Easter. Let's take the time to do everything right instead of hurry up and slap together some things and it not work again. We'll start with Blast from the Past, teaching episodes on productivity and writing. I'm taking 2 series from 2 and 3 years back, which in the world of the distribution channels are no longer available. The first series covers the great plague of writers. Maybe it's a monster instead of a plague. Writer's block. During my own struggle with this monster, I did a lot of research on how professionals defeat writer's block. Next will be a brief series on writing, short narratives, stories and poems. Writing a short story was harder than I anticipated when I tried my first short story in 2020, 5 years ago. I've written over 25 short stories since that time, using the method I'll share with you. Those 2 blasts from the past will carry us well into summer. For both, I'll update the intro and conclusion with more emphasis on Christ front and center in our writing life. I realized that this time away and the reset may disrupt your interest in the podcast. Change happens. It disrupts. Change does bring progress. Take your break with the podcast. Reinvigorate your writing life. And rejoin us at Easter. As our conclusion for this season 5 and for this episode, I want to have this reading from Psalms 24. The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. For he founded it on the seas and established it on the waters. Who may ascend the mountain of the Lord? Who may stand in his holy place? the one who has clean hands and a pure heart, who does not trust in an idol or swear by a false god. They will receive blessing from the Lord and vindication from God their Savior. Such is the generation of those who seek him, who seek your face, God of Jacob. Lift up your heads, you gates, be lifted up, you ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, you gates, lift them up, you ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is he, this King of glory? The Lord Almighty. He is the King of glory. I was reminded in my reading this morning not to be double-minded, and that psalm perfectly stresses the emphasis we must have in our own life. That's all for this episode and this season. Happy All-Hallowed Eve, Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. See you at Easter with our reset. We live in hope. Thanks for listening to The Right Focus, a podcast for writers at all levels, hosted by Emma Lee from Writers Inc. Books, assisted by Renee Black and Edie Runes. Our focus is productivity, process, craft, and tools. Music is licensed through Audio Jungle, called Background Music Loop. Its creator is Alexander Polishchuk, known on Audio Jungle as Plastic 3. The music comes in different iterations. Show notes and resource links for this and other episodes can be found at therightfocus.blogspot.com. Write to us at winkbooks@aol.com when you have questions, comments, and speculations. We will try to answer you as quickly as possible. By the way, we will not mind your email address. That's rude. If you find value in our content, share with your writing friends or write a review. We're small beans here without the advertising budget of the big peeps, and you can make a difference. And whatever occurs, write on.